Narcissistic parents employ one of the most damaging parenting styles out there. Their personality disorder prevents them from expressing love in a healthy way. Moreover, they are obsessed with preventing anyone, even their own children, from getting too close. They fear that if you get too close, you will not only see their true self, you will reveal it to the rest of the world. Added to this toxic mix is the fact that narcissists are not able to feel empathy in any real sense. They don't understand how their actions hurt other people. I had a narcissistic mother, so I know the kind of damage a narcissist can do to their children. I didn't realize her behavior was abnormal until I was a teenager, and a friend of mine pointed out that her mother would never act that way. The damage my mother did was substantial, and it took many forms. Let's look at 7 ways that narcissistic parents damage their own children. Number 1, undercut their self-esteem with devaluation. When a narcissist child inevitably disappoints them, the narcissist will attack them with devaluation, just as they would with anyone else who didn't live up to their unreasonable expectations. Their devaluation can be extremely cruel for a child who doesn't understand why they're being treated in such a harsh way. They don't know what they've done wrong, and in reality, they haven't done anything wrong. Cruel things a narcissistic parent might say. "You're no child of mine. Are you really that stupid? What is wrong with you? You don't deserve to have anything nice. I can't believe I have to help you again. Why can't you be more like your brother or sister? You're such a lazy child." It's easy to see how constant devaluation can undermine a child's self-esteem. Over time, the devaluation of a narcissistic parent can result in the child developing narcissism themselves. If not that, they often become codependent. They begin neglecting their own best interests in order to try to appease their toxic parent. The sad thing is that's an unattainable goal. Number 2, sowing self-doubt with gaslighting. Gaslighting is a manipulation technique whereby a toxic person tries to make you doubt your own perception of reality. From the day they are born, the child of a narcissist is routinely gaslighted. My mother used this tactic on me all the time. She would tell me I was too sensitive, or that what I was claiming happened never occurred. She would tell everyone I knew that I had a tendency toward exaggeration. Her goal was to make me feel like I couldn't trust my own senses, ideas, or opinions. That's the goal of the narcissist in your life, too. They are trying to manipulate you into doubting yourself on such a profound level that you will never challenge anything they say. It's a corrosive technique that threatens your sense of self-worth. Because the narcissistic parent wants to keep their children dependent on them for everything, even their perceptions, they use this type of emotional abuse routinely. Number 3, undercutting normal emotions by pathologizing them. Narcissistic parents often make their children feel as though normal feelings indicate something is wrong with them. They may tell them, for example, that no one feels like that in such a situation as this. That's the same thing as telling them that there's something wrong with the way they experience the world around them. It invalidates their emotional responses and further undermines their self-worth. The tactic also isolates the child. When a narcissist tells a child that they should not be having the feelings they are having, they're telling them that it's something for which they should be ashamed. The child is afraid to tell anyone else how they're feeling, since they've been told it's wrong. They bury those feelings, which only results in further traumatization. Number 4, traumatizing them with rage and shame. Shame is one of the most destructive emotions. It erodes your sense of self-worth, and it offers no solutions. It traps you in a sense of smallness, and narcissists use it regularly to manipulate and control their victims. As researchers in psychology at numerous universities in Indonesia note, Usually, feelings of shame happen due to a condition where the personal self is devalued. When a narcissistic parent is constantly devaluing their child, they are filling that child with shame. Once you perceive yourself as a bad person, it can be very difficult to regain a positive sense of self-worth. This often results in lifelong damage that can effectively cripple a narcissist child. It's exactly the opposite of what you would expect from a parent, but when that parent is a narcissist, it's commonplace. In fact, it's a strategy for rendering their child helplessly dependent on the narcissist. Number 5. Encourage anxiety through abandonment. The children of narcissists experience emotional abandonment throughout the course of their childhood. My mother would quickly withdraw her love and make it clear to me that she could easily live without me. The love of a narcissist is always conditioned upon good behavior, and they will emotionally abandon their child when they have misbehaved. Sometimes a narcissist may even physically abandon their child and their whole family if they fear being exposed. As you can imagine, abandonment creates significant trauma for the affected child. They find it difficult to feel secure in any situation and are prone to constant worry, chronic anxiety, and low self-esteem. The effects of abandonment can become so severe that they threaten the child's life. They suffer frequent physical illnesses, problems with addiction, and are prone to suicidal ideation. Number 6. Create dependency by stifling independence. The last thing a narcissist wants is for their children to become independent, healthy adults who will go on to live their own lives. The narcissistic parent wants their children to demonstrate their superiority by showing everyone how much they want to stay around their parent. The narcissist also doesn't want to lose the stable source of narcissistic supply that they have been grooming their entire life. In some cases, they may even see their child as a potential replacement spouse in the event their actual spouse should ever leave. For that reason, the narcissist will hover over everything their child does and take control to ensure they are displaying what the narcissist considers to be an acceptable level of superiority. This is particularly true for the so-called golden child, and the narcissist's actions put that child at risk of developing narcissistic personality disorder. In that way, it creates a cycle of toxicity. And number 7, fostering dependence with financial manipulation. One other way a narcissist severely damages their child is by manipulating their finances. This starts early and continues into adulthood. It is designed to prevent the child from becoming fully independent. In some cases, a narcissistic parent may fully control their child's finances, while in others, they may just manipulate their child's financial decisions. My narcissistic mother would frequently tell me that I was always going to be poor because I didn't have a head for managing money. I must admit that her attempts to undermine my confidence made me fearful when it came to money matters. It has taken me a long time to feel secure in my financial decisions. Finally, the way a narcissistic parent treats their children creates many emotional wounds. That's yet another legacy of this toxic parenting style. These wounds create emotional triggers that the narcissistic parent can then use to further control their child. They know that they can push those buttons to get an emotional reaction, which leaves their child much more vulnerable to manipulation. I know how that feels, and it's one reason why I created a 5-step roadmap to heal emotional triggers. This free guide will help you learn to recognize, diffuse, and heal those emotional wounds so that your narcissistic parent can't use them to control you. To get a free copy of this handy roadmap, just click on the link below the video and I'll send it directly to your inbox. Thanks for watching.